So what are the top three microdosing mistakes that you might be making? I just came back from a two-day expo, the OpenMinds Expo, that was focusing on psychedelics. And I was a speaker and I was an exhibitor. I was kind of signing and selling my books, my masterclass, but also answering questions for the participants. And from my discussions with them, it seems to me that there are three big mistakes that are still extremely common across microdosers. So I really, really want you to listen to that and make sure you are not making this mistake. So welcome to the Microdose Diet podcast. My name is Peggy Van de Plassche. I'm your host, and we're talking here about all things about microdosing for personal development. So as I mentioned, I was at that fabulous expo during 2 days. It was really great to meet people in person, understanding, okay, what were they looking for? Why were they interested in psychedelics? And especially about microdosing, as I was talking mainly, obviously, about that with participants. And it was very interesting to understand where they were coming from, what they were looking for, but also the mistakes people were making when microdosing. I was very surprised because these were mistakes that I think can easily be corrected just by having the right information. So once again, I would say for me, selfishly, in VC and entrepreneurship lingo, it was great market validation. Because again, my book, The Microdose Diet, but also my product, the Brain Power Microdose, really helped correct some of the mistakes these participants were making and that you might be making and that might undermine your microdose practice. So what are these three most common mistakes? So the first one, which is something I've seen again and again, you are taking too much. And the recommendation I've been giving for a while now is 100 milligram of psilocybin. So one dose equal 100 milligram of psilocybin. When I was speaking with participants, some of them were telling me they were microdosing with 200 milligram, 400 milligram. I even had someone telling me that he was microdosing with 600 milligram of psilocybin. And a lot of them reported to me that they thought they were distracted and that oddly enough, they didn't think their performance was increased and they were feeling strong physical effects. And I was just like, yeah, no shit, even in me, if I take like 200 milligrams, I'm going to have difficulty walking. So let alone someone who's microdosing with 600 milligrams. So that's really the thing that sometimes we have challenged to understand is that more is not necessarily better when it comes to the dosage of your psilocybin in microdosing. Microdosing works in the background. It is supposed to be something you don't feel when you microdose. That's the entire point of the practice, is to work at sub-perception levels. So microdosing properly will not disrupt your day. It will enhance your day. So keep in mind that the combination with other substance when you use caps can amplify greatly the physical sensation you feel when microdosing. So you might have a cap with 100 milligram of psilocybin, but if it's combined with 300 milligram of lion's mane, you're going to feel high. If I take 300 milligram of lion's mane alone, I don't even need the combination with psilocybin, I feel high. So you really, really need to make sure that the combination as well is very sound. Again, more is not necessarily better. I would say the warning side is if you feel something. If you feel jittery, if you feel, again, you cannot concentrate, you're distracted, that means it is too strong. And for some people who feel like, oh my God, I bought like this box and I'm going to have to throw them away. Well, what you can do, worst case scenario, is you can take them at night. So it's going to still be something you can use and, you're not going to feel distracted because you're sleeping. But again, really, really be mindful of that. So when you microdose, less is more. You shouldn't feel any physical sensation after ingesting your microdose. So that was mistake number one, taking too much. Mistake number two, and that I would say is a bit of a focus of mine, this topic. You don't have a solid regimen. And it's also a big frustration of mine since I actually launched the Microdose Diet. Do you have a strategic and mindful regimen? Microdosing, I need to repeat that once again, microdosing is not about taking a microdose at random. You would not take a tablet of vitamin C the first Monday of the month, then the Friday 2 weeks later, and then a month later and think, that's strange. The energy I thought I would feel with that vitamin C doesn't really seem to be working. No, that doesn't make any sense to you. So why do that with psilocybin, with microdosing? So you need a regimen. And this is really not complicated. There are 3 schools of thoughts. The first school of thoughts, which is the one I follow myself, take the microdose on a Monday, for example, and then 2 days off. So Tuesday, Wednesday off. So 1 day in, 2 days off. The second school of thoughts, 1 day in, 1 day off. Very simple. And the third school of thought, from Monday to Friday. Very simple as well. So you can experiment, maybe 3 weeks you try one regimen, 3 weeks you try another regimen, and you'll see what works well for you, and things change. Maybe at times you will need a bit less, a bit more, but you need a regimen. It's not like just taking something randomly like that and expecting something to work. So on my YouTube channel, you can find a video actually where I give all the basic information when it comes to microdosing in the best possible way. So I microdose with 100 milligram and I do 1 day in, 2 days off, and I do that on an empty stomach in the morning. So in addition, that's something as well I want to put the emphasis on, to really make the most of your microdosing practice, you want to have an intention. And if you don't like the word intention, if it doesn't resonate with you, you can call it an objective, you can call it a goal, it doesn't matter. But by being intentional, by being purposeful, you will see way better results. And keep in mind that psilocybin is great to rewire your brain. That's likely why you're using it. The question is, what do you want to rewire with? So you want to stay away from unconscious microdosing. You want to connect to your why when you microdose. And if you really want to make the most of your microdosing practice, again, check out my book, check out my online courses, because as you follow the protocol, the 90-day or 12-week protocol, you will really, really use microdosing in the right context, with the right combination of tools to decide what you want to rewire your brain with and really, really make the most of it. So again, problem number 1, you take too much. Problem number 2, you don't have a regimen. Problem number 3, you don't vet the sources of your product. So I was so surprised because more than one participant told me that they were buying their products on random websites online. And I was like, oh, it doesn't seem to me that it's a great idea. And it's not just for psilocybin. Whatever enters your body, food, beverage, supplements, medicine, and yes, psilocybin, should be of the highest quality, should be, premium products. So there are tremendous amount of fake products sold on the internet. I don't even buy supplements off the internet unless I buy directly from the manufacturer, because again, tremendous amount of fake. So you don't want to have, best case scenario, the product does nothing. Worst case scenario, well, it's another story. So don't order mindlessly like that on whatever website after Googling for 3 minutes, you know. When it comes to the mushrooms dispensaries that have popped up all across Canada, the same diligence applies. Similarly to your food, the products are not necessarily premium. They don't have the same quality in every shop. So really, really be mindful and make sure you vet your sources. So, you know, like if the results of your microdosing practice are puzzling and that your dosage is okay, your regimen are sound, maybe it is time to question your product. So I launched the Brain Power Microdose. You can buy it on my website, super easy. I launched it in collaboration with a top-notch clinic in Colombie-Britannique in Canada because I wanted to have the highest product, the highest grade possible. And could I sell cheaper products and make more money? Of course I could. Did I intend to launch a microdosing product? Absolutely not. You know, like there is a big difference between talking and writing about psychedelics and selling psychedelics. I'm sure you can understand the difference from a legal standpoint. But I needed premium products. My family needed premium products. My friends needed premium products. And I had so many people, maybe you are part of them, who came and asked me, where can I buy a great product? Where can I buy a product? So I decided to launch the Brain Power Microdose with an amazing clinic. I know that cheaper products exist online and in store for sure. Same way chocolate from highly processed manufacturers is cheaper than organic, sustainable, fair trade chocolate. So, I mean, the question comes down to your self-worth and your value. Do you believe you are worth enough to spend money on premium products? And is your microdosing practice important enough to shell out a few dollars more? So that is the third mistake, that is really not vetting your products and just going for maybe the cheapest stuff around. So here again, the three most common mistakes: wrong dosage, wrong regimen, and wrong product. So you have a better view of these mistakes now. So it's very easy for you if you have been caught in one, two, or three of them to correct it. And again, if you want to maximize the value of your microdosing practice, I highly recommend my book or my online course if you like videos better, because that's the best way to combine several tools and use microdosing in the context of personal development. So I really wish you a lot of success, a lot of passion, a lot of happiness. And please reach out to me if you have any question regarding your microdosing practice. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.